Helen. I am the national artist for Sephora collection, and today's trend to try is the blurred cat eye. So the reason why I love this look is, first of all, it gives you that little rock and roll effect, but it's also really easy to apply and you get mega impact in no time, and you certainly do not have to be an expert with eyeliner. So let's just dive right in and I will show you how. To kick off the look, of course, you need to use some sort of primer on your eye. So I'm going to use the Sephora Collection Beauty Amplifier Eyeshadow Primer. This one's really great because it's a serum, so it's gonna make sure that your lids don't get like crepey or dry. And what I really like about it is a little bit goes a long way. And it's just gonna make sure that the blurred eyeliner effect that you're creating really stays in place and isn't going to, smudge anywhere where you wouldn't want it. So just apply a little bit to your lid, and then I like to use any of the leftover underneath just to make sure that that stays in place too, because you're gonna be putting eyeliner there as well. Okay, so now is the time to add eyeliner. So I have chosen to use the Sephora Collection Retractable Waterproof Eyeliner in black. This one's really great because it has a sharpener at the end and it also has a little smudger, so really, really ideal for this look. I'm probably going to use a brush just because I prefer to use brushes, but you can certainly do this look with just this eyeliner because it has all the built-in tools you would need. I've already sharpened it to a point. I like to start on the outside, and that's really because you want it to be the thickest towards the outside of your eye. So I'm going to look, if you look directly ahead at in a mirror and you see your iris, you want to start sort of at the edge of that iris. And you can really wiggle it in, get it really into the lash line because you don't want any gaps. And this is definitely one of those applications where doing little dashes between the lashes will benefit you greatly. You'll get the perfect thickness and the opacity of the black right at the end of your eye. And then you can really just work in sections to make sure that you're smudging it in time so it's not drying too fast. I'm going to take the brush and just work it out a little bit to get that smudge going. And you don't want to get rid of the opacity right at the lash line, so be sure to kind of avoid pressing too close to the lash line. Just going back in to add that depth back right where I want it. And to smudge it out, the trick really is to work, you can work pretty slowly and you don't need a ton of pressure to get it to smudge. What I love about these waterproof eyeliners is definitely once they dry, they are on, but they do give you a little bit of playtime to be able to smudge it out if you want or correct it really easily. So that's really why I love using this one. And I'm really keen on using the Pro Shadow Brush number 18. I like it because it just kind of has this tapered edge to it and it lends itself to smudging something really, really well. You could totally use an angled eyeliner brush. You could use a thin eyeshadow brush as well. You could use really any brush that's not going to give you too much of a smudge, but might smudge it out perfectly. So anything that has a little bit of precision to it. Now I want to create the shape of the cat eye. So for this is where it always gets really hard. You want to make sure it's even on both sides. Sometimes if you have a hard time with that, you could sketch it out beforehand using any sort of eyeshadow, but really this is not too hard. You're going to follow the bottom lash line as if it was coming up and meeting your brow somewhere out here. That's the angle you're wanting to go for. And so I'm just going to pull it out. And actually the one thing about a blurred cat eye is that you're not really blurring out the cat eye part so much. It's that part staying kind of sharp. But I'm just gonna take my brush and almost extend it up and out. And if you feel like, oh, it's getting too smudgy or it's not working for you, just use your fingers to correct whatever you might want to. What's cool about this is it's a really rock and roll look, but I feel like it's very wearable, and it just makes it so if you're not perfect at doing the winged cat eye with a liquid liner, this is a great way to just do an alternative that's easier. So now we've done the top and created that cat eye effect. Really you want to complete it all the way around your eye so it's not just in one area to really get that rock and roll effect. So I'm going to start just by working it in underneath my eye. And I've seen it a couple different ways, but if you look up any sort of runway trend with blurred liner. They've done it in a million different ways, and it's really fun to just see the different takes on it. It doesn't always have to be a cat eye, but it is really cool. And I saw one where they kept like a little bit of a gap in between here, and I thought it really opened up the eye. So I'm gonna do that for this look as well. And I know I've said this before, but honestly, like the lower you drop the depth or the darkness underneath, the bigger your eye is gonna look. And for this look, I think that that's kind of essential because it can't, like putting black liner all around your eye can make your eye look a lot smaller. As I said, I'm gonna leave a little gap there. I like to line on my inner rim as well, just to complete it. If you're not comfortable with that, you do not have to do that. And I'm gonna do it a little up top too, because I just don't want any gaps. And just you're really getting like the good intensity. Okay, and then to complete the look, instead of just having all the focus on the outer part of the eye, although sometimes I think that this looks good, you could probably just wear it and use it. I don't tend to line on the inner corners of my eye because I think it does make my eyes look closer together. But for this case, I think it's just gonna elevate the look. So really with this, keeping the eyeliner thin, you're not blurring out this portion. You're just gonna go in and just tight line that inner corner and in here as well. You can always use your fingers, like if it's getting too low or if you just want to like gently smudge it out, that's not a full smudge. Now I'm just really looking to connect these two lines. So again, working really tightly into my lash line. And sometimes, you know, use your fingers, don't pull too hard on your eye obviously, but like use your fingers to steady your eye, and also you can use your fingers to like expose the skin. I just want to complete this eye and really just get it out of the way. So I recommend using a mascara that's going to be, you know, pretty epic, something that's going to be chunky or really volumizing, give you a lot of lashes, because again, this is sort of this like rock and roll don't care kind of look. So I've chosen to use the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara. If you haven't tried this, it is phenomenal. I like to always pull through really, really slowly. That is a huge key to getting an even distribution of the formula across your lashes. And then I start doing like the wiggle and pull. I don't want these interior lashes to be pointing this way. I really like them to kind of all flow in the way that they should, and I think it really just opens up your eye. So I always have the inside lashes pointing more towards the inside of my brow. The center lashes, I try to get them more straight up. And then as you go out, you're pulling outwards to get these lashes to go in that direction. And obviously I like to put on tons of layers. So we'll just start with this one, and I'll probably end up doing a couple coats before I go to the other eye and do that one. Okay, so I've managed to build up the top of my lashes so they do look a little chunky, which I like. I really want this to be that editorial rock and roll look, but very wearable. So just making your eyelashes a little bit, you know, chunkier and letting the layers dry in between and then adding more will really give you that effect. I'm just gonna do the bottom lashes and then we'll move on. Okay, so this is looking good. I'm gonna go in to the other side. So as I said, this is such a cool look. It's definitely editorial, rock and roll, easy to wear, and I feel like anybody can really wear this. You can tailor it to go with your eye shape. So sometimes people don't want to do the cat eye. You don't have to. You could totally just make it so it's a blurred smoky eye all the way around, and it would look really cool too. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial on a blurred cat eye. It is definitely the trend to try. I would love to see your blurred just eyeliner in general and see how you're trying on the trend. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe because we have lots more coming down the pipeline. And until next time, bye everyone.